Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, Our Moments with God. And today's moments, of course, we are going to spend being Sunday, the 28th Sunday in Ordinary Time on the 13th of October 2024. And I hope that not just today, but in the last few days through these videos and in the coming days, you are able to spend more time or at least trying your best to find better and more and deeper moments with God, and aspiring, as St. Augustine had said, "O God, you have made us for yourself, and our hearts are restless until they rest in thee." And if you would like the video, you may please share it with others. Thank you. As I said, today is the 28th Sunday of the year, October the 13th, and the readings are very interesting. The gospel is about the young man who comes to Jesus and asks what should he do to gain eternal life. And Jesus tells him first about all the commandments that he should keep and enumerates the commandments. And the young man says, "But this I have been doing from my young days." And then Jesus looks at him lovingly and tells him, "Then if you want to have eternal life, go and sell all that you have and come and follow me." And the gospel tells us sadly that that man went away sad because he had lot of possessions. In other words, he did not want to part with his possessions, and therefore he went back sad and didn't come to follow Jesus. Last week in India, we had the sad news of the death of the great industrialist Mr. Ratan Tata. He was also a rich man. Did he go away sad? Of course, we do not have an instance where he actually went to ask someone what he should do to gain eternal life. But from the way he spent his life, the way he conducted himself, the way he led from the front, shows that he was a man with a heart for the poor. Of course, he was an industrialist. Basically, it was in his blood. He inherited a big empire, and then he became the chairman of the Tata Groups and in 1991, and led the Tata Groups for 21 years, during which time they expanded their business internationally and into different kinds of businesses. I am not going to go into that, nor am I interested. What I am interested in is the reviews or the articles that are appearing about him in various newspapers these days, and they are all admiring this rich man, the so-called rich man, who I am told has pledged 65% of his property for charities. That is the big difference between many of the industrialists and businessmen that are in this world, who are actually getting richer and richer by exploiting the beautiful nature that God has given us. Many of them actually become rich either by exploiting nature or by exploiting the poor, by paying them very little wages or paying nothing or not taking care of their well-beings. They become rich and they want to hold on to their riches. They are not enough with what they have. They want to acquire more and more and more because they want to be listed in the list of the richest people in the world, where they stand first, second, third, and that is their pride. For Tata, Ratan Tata, that was not his interest. His interest was how he could also share his wealth with the poor and with others. And no wonder that he took care, of course, of expanding his business, but he also took care of green business and sustainability, which means that while on the one hand they had to use resources from nature, but at the same time he was taking care that those resources are replaced, and what he gained from society he was giving back. So there are rich people and rich people. By and large, we find rich people. I don't want to mention the names of other rich people who only want to gather more and more and more, and then they go leave this earth without anything. The first reading today is particularly very interesting from the book of Wisdom, where the author says that he preferred wisdom to everything else, to beauty, to gold. Before wisdom, gold was like sand and silver meant nothing. Can that be also our interest in gold or silver, or actually doing God's bid that He gives us to take care of nature, to beautify this so lovely flowers? We can do much more. And this is what Pope Francis has written so extensively in his encyclical, which he brought out in 2015, Laudato Si, our common home, or Mother Earth, or Sister Earth, which is there to sustain us. Rich people forget, many of them, that the earth is there, of course, to use, but not to exploit. Exploit at the cost of endangering life for the future generation. And when we think of people who get rich and are sad to part their richness, as this young man in the gospel, do not have that wisdom which the first reading today from the book of Wisdom is talking about. I don't know if you have reflected on these matters as to how you use your property. First of all, how you earn that property, how you may increase your assets, etc. Is it by the ethical means for which Ratan Tata was very well known? He never succumbed to unethical means in doing his business like many other businessmen are doing, but he always stuck to the ethical means. Some people would like to say his values were very Christian, but why should we appropriate to ourselves Christian values? He certainly had his Parsi values. Why should they be exclusive to Christian values? Yes, that's why we can learn a lot from our own values, what the gospel gives us. I am sure you too are interested in nurturing the nature and particularly taking care of the people who cannot afford enough food or sustenance for themselves, to also take care of their needs. I wish you all the very best, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, you may please do it now. Thank you.